Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, geniuses of Harmontown. Please, let's welcome to the stage the mayor of Harmontown, Mr. Dan Harmon.
Thank you. Thank you.
I already screwed up the music.
All right. All right, it's cool.
British Scott.
Take it easy. All right. Please welcome back guest comptroller Erin McGathy.
Hey, guys.
See, they like you. They're okay with you.
All right. Thanks, guys. I feel okay. Full disclosure, I had 2 drinks before the show, and I feel too drunk for 2 drinks. But I'm fine.
That's unacceptable here. We've explained it before. We run a tight ship. Just don't let it get us off on too many tangents, because we don't like to do that. We like to focus.
No. What are your guys' favorite drinks?
The theme of tonight is, I guess we decided in the car, because I was trying to explain Knight Rider to Erin. So I thought maybe if we made the theme the 80s and we'll just get some stuff from you guys about the 80s, and I'll try to find out what she knows about them. I was trying to explain Knight Rider to her, and I realized it sounds like a pretty sloppy show. Well, he was a cop that I think he got targeted by the mob, so then he got killed, but they erased him and changed his face and gave him a new name. Well, why'd they do that? Well, I don't know.
Right. So instead of putting him in the witness protection program, they're like, I think you could also just keep on being a cop.
Yeah. Well, they wanted him to fight more crime.
Isn't the car talk? The car has a spirit in it, right?
It doesn't have a spirit in it. It's just a very sophisticated automobile. This was a time in pop culture when computers were very exciting to people and magical. Like it was enough that it was a computer. That's what made it talk.
But it had a personality.
Yeah, that of William Daniels from St. Elsewhere. Yeah. Erin, let me ask you something.
Okay.
What do you know about Alf?
I saw some episodes of Alf as a child.
I didn't.
I remember that he was he was kind of like a sexual puppet, and he was couldn't tell that guy what to do. He had a lot of advice. He also always stayed on a couch. He never got up from the couch, but sometimes he got up from the couch.
Stayed behind the couch, probably.
No,
He's a puppet, right? So he must have stayed behind the couch. But a lot of times he was on the couch, right? Or behind. I'm just telling you about my memory. No, I don't know. You saw it more than me. I never watched that.
Right, but he was an alien, and a family took him in, and boy, did they learn a lot about who they were.
Were there people trying to catch him? Was there ever a danger? Because I used to watch My Favorite Martian and Mork and Mindy, and there was always a...
Who is your favorite Martian? Just kidding. Sorry.
Ray Walston.
I don't remember.
There's usually like an FBI guy or a cop or somebody that, boy, oh boy, if we find out, oh God.
Because in addition to being younger than you.
I'm sorry, stop everything. Adam Goldberg is getting fidgety. I just saw him in the audience. He's raising his hand.
No, that's normal. Stop the show when he's seizuring. Adam, I have a pad of paper. Whenever you have an idea, write it on the paper. And we'll talk about it.
Alf was constantly menaced by the government. And
okay.
The show ended on a cliffhanger where they caught him and they never made part 2.
Oh.
He fucking wanted to eat a cat. That's all.
Right. Cats. You like cats, yes.
You have to call on me.
All right.
I'm sorry I have Asperger's.
All right.
Let's hear for Adam.
Here's everything that Adam just said.
Hey, Adam.
According to Adam, Alf was wanted by the government and wanted to eat cats. Then he said, I'm sorry I have Asperger's. Which he insists on pronouncing that way because he has Asperger's. It's like a tick.
I just wanted to say, I feel like this is important. I am 12 years younger than you, but I also, because I'm a Navy kid, when I was a kid, the television, was anyone else a child in the Navy and grew up on Navy bases? Thank you. So we watched a channel called AFRTS. So you watch like a weird selection of shows. So I may have seen Alf, but I saw like 3 episodes of Alf. I'm sorry.
Because the soldiers aren't allowed to watch current things.
No, because there
it
was
might incite them to be non-solgeric. They go like, wait a minute, who is the boss? Kill the general. That car is talking. I mean, I can talk.
Talk my way out of this war.
Who am I fighting?
I'm disappearing. Yeah. Camelot.
No, they do the same thing with the juries. Because they have to sequester them, and they do the same thing in all of China. They have to, you have to like keep people from looking at Bloomingdale's catalogs if you want to fight a way of life. Alf, we have to talk. That's my impression of Alf's dad, Max Wright. Alf, are you trying to get chased by the government and eat cats? I want to get serious tonight because it's obviously a quiet, either intimidated or bored crowd. I'm not blaming you guys. That's not what I meant. Please don't ever let me slip into that. I will never abuse you just because I'm doing a shitty show.
No, Dan, I don't think it's their fault. I don't think they're doing anything wrong.
No,
I think
they're
it's
not.
Me. I'm being.
All right,
I'm
well,
nervous.
let her good cop it.
I'm not good copping it. I'm saying you can blame me.
Oh, no, I'm not. I wouldn't do that either.
You were talking about anxiety. It's
fine to have a quiet night at Harmontown. It's okay. You don't have to be uproarious. There's absolutely nothing funny happening or entertaining. There's nothing. There's no one coming at me with a knife. Your blood, your heart rate can be down here by like sleeping. You can be relaxed like a person in a commercial for a bed. It's fine. Because ultimately there is no sponsor, and there is nothing at stake, except your $10, which is now gone. But I will give you $10 worth of an experience. Well, if I have to slash my wrists up here, you won't react to it. You'll cringe, and it'll make you sad.
Tonight we are sponsored by Humanity.
That's correct. Thank you, baby.
So we're talking about anxiety.
I want to talk about my newly found mental disorder. The fact that I'm losing my fucking mind. The fact that I'm falling apart. I started doing this diet where you eat. It's the 4-hour body diet, and hold for applause. Okay. I didn't mean it. The 4-hour body diet in a nutshell. I didn't read the book. Erin did. She imparted it to me. You eat beans, meat, and veggies for 6 days a week. And then every cheat day, Saturday in our case, you eat 18,000 cupcakes, 20 pretzels, cars, fire hydrants, whatever you want. Because you're spiking your blood sugar and then you're doing all this stuff. I'm certainly not doing the diet right by supplementing it with quarts of vodka. There's all kinds of variables there. Started doing the diet, lost a bunch of weight. Then for you avid podcasties, you know that there was a point where I called an ambulance because I got so lightheaded. I had no idea what was going on. I had a sensation that I had never experienced before, which was just vague lightheadedness. I didn't faint, and there was no pain, and I wasn't my heart wasn't going fast. There was nothing other than it was just like cloudy. But it was so persistent and so odd, and I never experienced it before. So I was certain, well, this means I'm dying. And I gave it like 45 minutes to an hour to go away, thinking, well, and drinking water, maybe it's thing, and I ate a bowl of beans, like maybe it's blood sugar because of this diet. It just keeps going. I'll lay down. I don't want to lay down because that's what dead people do. And I lay down, and then I get up. Now I'm even more lightheaded. Okay, call an ambulance. Ambulance comes over, full of all these Jake Gyllenhaals, and they said, you're in fine condition. I went to the doctor. Doctor took my blood. Blood came back. He said, as I talked about on the podcast, cholesterol's perfect, liver's perfect, kidneys are perfect, blood sugar is very, very low, but not in a bad way. Your triglycerides are high, but not in a bad way. It's just a sign of you being on this diet. I'm like, okay. So that didn't show anything. Then I keep having these lightheaded spells, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And Erin keeps going, it's probably anxiety. Probably like, I'm like, fuck, that's retarded. Stop it. I'm sorry for the retarded people that just heard me say that. Like my sister. My sister's retarded. I get one every podcast. It's because of her and the sacrifices I made growing up with her. The next thing I call retarded will be valuable and capable. But so I slowly come to the. Then I had this breakthrough during this beach trip with my friends. I'm like, God. Somebody said, well, maybe it's a vitamin D deficiency. I'm like, God damn it, that's it. They said I had a vitamin D deficiency. So I go out in the sun and I'm like, I'm like Birdman. I get power. That's what it is. Of course, I never go out. I figured it out. And then a half hour later, I'm like, ugh. And then I have a root beer and I go, no, it's blood sugar because now I feel great. I take some potassium. I eat a banana and I go like, no, it's potassium. It's potassium. And every time I get on the internet and I Google whatever it is I'm doing and I go potassium deficiency and it pulls up the symptoms and I search for lightheadedness and I go, okay, there it is. I clinched it. I got it. And I'm like doing all these experiments on myself, trying to figure this out. And basically all the experiments result in just further and further panic. Like I just keep... Like, these things don't go away. So we went to San Diego, went to the San Diego Zoo. I'm walking around. She's in heaven. She's always wanted to go there. It's a bunch of fucking animals. I love it, too. But I'm preoccupied by, I keep having these spells. I'm like, there it is again. Okay, I'll drink a Sprite. I think it's blood sugar. I'm back around to that. Now I feel better. Okay, I've noticed. Half hour after I drink a Sprite, my head clears up perfectly. But then that starts not being the case. Then that science goes out the window. Now, no matter what I do, well, maybe I drank too much Sprite. Maybe I'm hyperglycemic. I don't know what's happening. And Erin, who's been saying for weeks, like, it's probably anxiety. We're standing in line. She goes like, let's go on the bucket that takes you over the whole San Diego Zoo and dangles you from 5,000 feet. That'll relax you. And I'm standing in line, and it's like, this is probably not a good idea, but I don't want to be a pussy because God knows I've done nothing but show her what a man I am so far. I want to find out now that I am a complete pussy. So I'm just kind of standing there going, this is not a good idea. I'm going to be in a bucket dangling over people. And we get to the front of the line and I was just like still talking about it. And like, I just don't get it. It's not the Sprite. It's not the bananas. It's not the pretzels. It's not the fire hydrants. It's not the giraffes. It's what the fuck is wrong with me? What's happening to me? And earlier that day I'd been like in tears. So there's something wrong with you and you don't know what it is. Like I'm spoiled rotten. Like so 20% of you in the audience have something. Like some of you have diabetes, some of you have MS. Like there's a guy here that's an aneurysm survivor. He came here tonight in spite of his symptoms. He's like the doctors are giving him horrible news, and I'm just going like, oh, why am I lightheaded? I'm in my life. I can't do it. Like crying in hotel rooms, and then going to the zoo and going, I think we need to go home. We're standing in front of the line at the bucket, and Erin goes, Dan. You've eliminated every possibility. Sooner or later, you have to accept the fact that you're going to be fine. It's anxiety. No, it's not. It's not anxiety. I don't have anxiety. I'm at a zoo. Everything is going fine for me. You've spent the last 6 months to a year going through enormous changes that no one, you're the only one that hasn't acknowledged. You're the only one that hasn't accepted or acknowledged or expressed or felt any of it. You've acted completely normal while your entire life has completely changed. And it doesn't matter if you're at a zoo or eating spaghetti or drinking Sprite or dancing or drinking or drinking water or not drinking water. They're coming and going at random intervals. You're having panic attacks. And the way that they go away is when you accept the fact that you're going to be fine. And I was like, I was just thinking in my head, like, this fucking bitch keeps going on. It's just making me panic. And I had experimented in the past with like looking in the mirror and going, you're fine. That's stressful. That's what Norman Bates does. You're fine. You're fine. You're a winner. You're going to get out there and take the world by storm. Get out there, Norman. But because I was in a line for a bucket that goes over a thing, and I had to just internalize it and really, for the first time, I said it in my head, okay, I'm going to be fucking fine. There is nothing left to do. Either I'm going to die, either I have a tumor, like I'm a ghost, or like I'm a Twilight Zone episode, somebody erased me in the past, or it's a new form of pretzel I haven't narrowed down. I can do nothing about it. I'm probably going to be fine. And then it vanished. My head completely cleared up. I got completely normal, like I am now. And then we got in the bucket and dangled over the zoo, and I was fine. I was like even more relaxed. I was like, wee, it was a bucket over the zoo. And I started crying because my girlfriend cured me of my insanity and saved me from what I thought was something that was killing me. And it wasn't a funny story, but it made me like you more. Ugh. I hate inflating her head. But maybe that has something to do with it. Maybe I'm in a relationship where I'm like, it's, this is it. And I don't know. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's writing a CBS
Wait, did
sitcom.
you just say that I'm causing your anxiety?
No. The idea that you're... let me put this in terms that you'll accept. Maybe you're so awesome that I'm having anxiety attacks.
I'm not trying to stress you out. I'm just trying to understand.
I would like to, as an experiment, try to cause an anxiety attack. Because here's the other thing. Then then I was fine, and then I was fine. I was like, oh shit, we cured it. And then like today, I was in this writer's room, and then I started having one. And then this time, I was like, I just noted on my stopwatch, like, okay, let's see how long these things last. What's going on? It lasted a half hour, and then it was gone. And then right before the show, I went out with you. We went across the street to Pikey, and I had one for like an hour, like a general unease. They have different classes, like the ghosts and Ghostbusters. Like there's the kind that are so small, like waves, that they're so small that I can just jump over them. I can feel them coming, and then I just go, they're not happening, and then they go away. And then there's ones that are so big that me saying they're not happening and them not going away makes them bigger. And those are basically the two categories. And then they last anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour and a half.
Right.
And so now I'm like... And then we had this argument about, well, I shouldn't be cataloging them. I'm going to the doctor tomorrow because I probably have a fucking meatball in my brain or something.
No.
There's like a baby skull. Like I have an absorbed twin that's like trying to get out of my brain, and it just keeps moving every once in a while, like it kicks. And then I have a spell, and then it like stops kicking, and then I go, oh, the Sprite worked. I don't fucking know. I've tried not drinking. I've tried hydrating.
You would
I've tried
have
the beans.
such mixed emotions if you found out that you had a really special tumor.
I know. Well, I'm pretty psyched about having anxiety disorder, like on the level of Tony Soprano. Like I am an interesting guy. I'm kind of into it. I'm like, oh, do I get to be like Linus? Do I get a blanket? I think that makes me pretty interesting. Oh, maybe you add a little side order of Asperger's. I don't know.
You want it so bad. Well,
I want and glasses. Why is my vision 20/20? I want sexy glasses.
Well, like I said,
and why is it too hot to wear a cool leather jacket? Like Neil Gaiman.
Oh boy.
He just dresses like Ford Prefect all day. He's so lucky to be from London.
When we went into the Hugo Awards, because Neil Gaiman was nominated in the same category, when we walked in, I said...
And you know why? Because he grew up with the name Gaiman. That's why he won. You're not going to beat a guy in a sci-fi contest who grew up with the name Gaiman on the playground. Erin...
I know I'm not winning.
Jesus. I was going to ask, I was going to pull another thing.
Oh, yeah, please. I'm sorry.
It's like milking a cobra. like if I just go, Erin, she'll go, I know, I raped your brother. I didn't know. It's like a tuning fork. That's so weird.
I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm feeling so anxious. I apologize.
Do what I do. Blame the audience. They're mellow tonight. The audience's job is to sit and absorb. Their mood is a nuanced, organic thing that no one can predict or control. They're like a gelatinous mass made of little people-shaped particles. They're just like Play-Doh or goo, They can't... And the only thing that they respond to is total, kind of balance between acknowledging them and ignoring them.
Right.
Like a guy who spins plates has to spin his plates, and he has to... If he if he pretended that the audience wasn't there, he'd be a shitty plate spinner. But also, if he kept asking them which plate to spin, all the plates would crash to the floor. And so they sit there like this ooze, and then the performer kind of wades into the ooze, and the air conditioning, and the whatever's happened on the evening news, and whatever collection of sandwiches they've all eaten, like they all add up to some random number, and we just accept it.
Guys, I just want to ooze with you.
Just ooze together. Sometimes the ooze is like dark and heavy, like gravy. Just like want to take a nap after Thanksgiving. Just hang out, watch a football game.
This isn't me blaming you, but I think all of our talk about anxiety made me feel very anxious.
Yeah, that's what you always say. I don't know what to do with that. That makes me more anxious.
No, don't feel anxious. Don't feel anxious. Let's forget it.
Forget that I'm having anxiety attacks. Forget that me talking about them gives Erin anxiety attacks. Everyone, please forget that you affect us. Forget you're watching a show. Get up and in an orderly fashion, go to your cars and forget that you came here.
I did want to say really quick about anxiety attacks, that just because you identified it doesn't mean that it's going to end. It's good.
It also doesn't mean that I don't have cancer. Like, the symptoms could still be the same. I'm going to go back into the doctor and I'll go, seriously, you can't just take some blood out of a guy's arm and tell him he's fine.
Right.
Like, something's happening to me.
I don't want to think that you have cancer. No, you're not dying.
Erin, I'm dying. You are in love with a dying man.
It's just like how I loved my mom before she died of cancer.
Maybe I want that kind of love. Maybe I'm sick of hearing about this woman. I gave you so much. Why don't you marry her? Or let go of her and marry me?
You were going to go to the bucket?
I don't know. What was that? Hey, Max Headroom, what do you think?
Oh boy, we went to my 10-year high school reunion this last weekend, and Dan was a hit. He started he started everyone dancing. Like, he just decided that he would start dancing, and the band geeks from my class came up to me and were telling me that they all knew who Dan was, and how they were telling me how cool it was. All the band
could have predicted that.
Well, and that was his reaction. I thought it was really cool. I was like, damn, they know who you are. I was like, yeah, pretty much.
And I know who they are. Their names are Bread and Butter. And I have known them for my entire 20-year career. and I am peaking right now. I knew that your high school class would have like 5 guys in it who played tuba or track team too. Like I knew there'd be a couple guys who would like slip up to me at the urinal and go, "Hey man, good job." I'd go like, "Hey, thank you. Good job going to high school with my girlfriend."
You had guys slip up to you at the urinal?
No. And I spent like an hour there.
Hey, yeah.
Because of my prostate.
Waiting.
And my desperation. I tried to take Erin through all of the Friday the 13th movies. What I like about trying to explain 80s things to Erin is for the first time in my life having to explain them and realizing how dumb they are and like how confusing. Like, I was trying to go from Friday the 13th Part 1 all the way to the end, even though they stopped numbering them and started rebooting and all this stuff, and it got very convoluted. Same with Knight Rider. Same with Phil Collins. All of my whole life becomes rubble in the eyes of my 27-year-old girlfriend.
No.
Wow, you like dumb shit too. I don't care about no neutral milk hotel. Why is their hotel neutral? It sounds answer that. Stupid. Can we talk about the fact that you don't know how Smurfs talk, which I found out?
I know how Smurfs talk.
I called Erin a Smurf for I can't even remember for what reason. We were in a hotel room, but I wrote this down. Because I can't remember why I called her a Smurf. I was like, well, she was brushing her teeth, and she was like, "Come on, let's go." I was like, "Hey, you sound like a Smurf." It was just a riff. But then her response was, she said, "Well, stop being Smurf lazy and Smurf brush your teeth." I can't believe you don't know how Smurfs talk.
Smurfs, all their adjectives are Smurf.
Okay,
Like,
so tell me. So say I'm going to go park the car in Smurfese.
Okay, I'm gonna go Smurf park my Smurf car.
Amazing. You're wrong. I'm going to go Smurf my Smurf.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's stupid.
Yeah, well, they're Smurfs. They're fucking idiots. And they're all dead now.
You don't even, it's not an adjective, it's a noun?
You can't tell what the fuck they're talking about. That's the whole point of Smurfs. They make no Smurf when they talk. They ask the question, how strong is context? And they go over the line to the point where you're like, what are you talking about?
Whoa. Honey, the boss gave me a Smurf today.
Oh, fuck you, or let's get married. Depending on what I find out later a Smurf is. Yes, exactly. That's the whole thing. A guy goes Smurf brush your Smurf teeth. So adorable. I can't believe that's the extent of my power. That's what 12 years buys me. Lording that over you. You'd think I'd have bigger arms or something. Or, I don't know, 12 years. Like I should have a unicorn or something. Instead of just some trivial knowledge about Smurfs. No wonder I have anxiety attacks.
I'm feeling better.
Oh, okay. Well, let's change that by playing Dungeons and Dragons! All right, Spencer, you wanna take your position at the Dungeon Master table? So for those of you who have never been here before and never listened before, a couple weeks ago we started playing Dungeons and Dragons on this podcast. I've since then learned that there are several podcasts that play Dungeons and Dragons. And that Brian Posehn just launched one where that's all he's going to do.
Right.
And I'm not going to let it stop me.
I don't think you guys are having a terrible time. You guys all seem very nice. Can we give it up for Spencer, who's really wonderful?
Thank you.
And also, can you give it up for yourselves for going to a live show? That's exciting and nice.
That counts as an accomplishment these days. That's the new thing. We were at the San Diego Zoo, and we came up with an idea that I thought was pretty cool because I heard a baby crying, and you're walking around, you're so used to looking at animals, and you're seeing these signs with animals on them. And then I heard a baby crying, and I couldn't tell where it was coming from. And I was like, that'd be weird if you walked around the corner and there was a cage and it just said baby. There's just a baby in there. And then I realized, baby zoo. Like ingenious because practically no overhead because we're overpopulated. So, and they're everywhere. But people like them. They like looking at them. Women love them. And the cages are cheap because they can't go anywhere. And then when they get old enough that they're not fun to look at for women, you send them to an idiot zoo. Because they haven't learned to do anything, because they've just been babies in a zoo. And guys would love that.
Right. Or
that's when you get the men money, because it's like Three Stooges. You just go through, imagine going through cage after cage of like guys that were raised in captivity with no exposure to any alphabet or math. And they're just like eating bricks. Like guys would be like high-fiving each other. So I people call me crazy, but I know how to save the economy. Baby zoo.
Or if you don't have money for idiot zoo, you get a giant tank of water, and you drop all the babies in the water, and then you flash freeze it. It would look crazy. They'd all be in different positions, with their soft faces.
Jesus.
And then you'd slice it into different sections.
What the fuck?
And you'd ship it off to different places, like
what
New
are you,
York.
Eli Roth? Who are you? What?
And my parents would pay for it.
What?
If I'm Eli Roth.
Jeez, I'm talking about a beautiful baby rolling around in some grass or whatever babies like.
Me too, man. You burn them, you use the fertilizer for a field, right? And you take people on a tour through the field, but you use like baby's breath and stuff, and everyone's like, haha, I get it. All right, I get it. Or hats.
Erin Anastasia McGathy. How dare you? Baby Zoo. Look it up.
Zoo.
Don't look it up. There won't be anything.
No, there may be something, and you might get in a lot of trouble for it, so don't look up anything.
There was another thing I thought I wanted to talk about.
You also had Puppy Zoo and Cootie.
Puppy Zoo.
Puppy Zoo.
There's always that moment in the zoo where you any zoo you go to, you're looking at a Bengal tiger or a marmoset or a tapir, and then there's like a raccoon. And you can't figure out whether you're supposed to feel bad for it or good for it. Like, as I remember taking a pee at the San Diego Zoo, and there was a spider on top of the urinal, and I came out and I said, "Hey, Aaron, there was a spider on the urinal," and I bet he was trying to say to me like, "Hey, how do I get in on this?" And Aaron laughed, but ironically, and said, "That is such a dad joke." Not to throw her under the bus, but just saying, maybe there should be a bad girlfriend zoo. Unsupportive.
That raccoon is right after the polar bear exhibit. So there's this beautiful thing called the polar bear plunge, and you're seeing them underwater and like on the ice, and they're tearing apart things, and they're talking, they're having meetings in front of you. It's amazing. And then there's a raccoon right next to it, and you can't see him. He's hiding. Of course he's hiding.
He's like, I could be right outside the cage and I would do nothing different. Fuck you guys. I'm cool hand Luking this. I will be inside if you need me.
Have you, speaking of like people zoos, I'm sorry, Spencer, have you ever worked at a haunted house?
Oh, are you talking to me? I thought you said, "I'm sorry, Spencer. Have you ever worked at a haunted house?" I thought you were insulting him. I'm sorry, Spencer, but
you just look like you're really creepy.
I'm sorry, Spencer, but shouldn't you be being paid to scare people right now for the March of Dimes?
Has anyone ever volunteered or worked at a haunted house here? Clap your hands. Yeah. It's kind of like being at a zoo. You sit in one little station, and all day long you do one thing, like jump out of a coffin or be afraid by a hanger, or
afraid by a hanger. I would say that's the Mommy Dearest exhibit, but there's no 40-year-olds here that would laugh at it. God damn it. Stop being Smurf lazy and Smurf brush your teeth. I just keep seeing that. Sorry, I got my little file. And then one last thing. This is the last thing. After this, we're off-roading.
Okay.
Up until now, it's been a Ruby on Rails. I was just having drinks with Erin before the show, and at
Let's hear for Erin.
Across the street.
Thanks, guys. Whew. Pumped up.
We split a little burger patty because of our stupid diet, and then they brought the check and they put 2 little meringues on it, which we can't eat. But Erin took the meringues and put them in her purse and said, "I'm hiding these because I don't want to hurt her feelings." That's it. I wrote it down. Like the waitress has a relationship with the meringues.
When I was 8, I went to dinner with my mom and her childhood best friend, and her childhood best friend made steak and like put it down on the table, and I took a bite of it, and I said to my mom, like, "This tastes like rubber." And my mom took it and threw it in her purse, and she was like, "Shut up." And I just sat there, and like her best friend Denise came back in the room. She's like, "Whoa, big appetite." And my mom's like, "Big appetite." And I was like, "Big appetite." And my mom had to throw away her purse. Like, she had meat in her purse. R.I.P.
I'm pulling up a chair like Bill Cosby because it's so fucking low key tonight. Talk about a trip to the dentist for 45 minutes. I don't care. No, it's because we're playing Dungeons and Dragons, and I'm gonna nail it.
Am I
tonight.
playing Jeff's character? I guess we should just transition.
I have a little surprise for you.
Okay.
You just sit tight and let me play Dungeons and Dragons by myself. Surprise! I need my character sheet. Spencer, how are you tonight?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. This is engaging podcast talk.
Thank you, Sarcasmos.
Spencer, you look very healthy.
What? That's probably the first time that's ever been said to me in my life.
You look spry, and your cheeks are rosy. You look healthy.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm possessed by a dying Jewish woman, I guess. I'm sorry.
Well, thank you.
All right. To recap as quickly as possible, I am Sharpie Butts a lot. I am a first-level wizard. I have recently become friends with my previous rival, Quark, played by Jeff Davis. We fought a giant piggy bank and beat it. And then we got some treasure. And now I refuse, just because Jeff's not here, to not play the game. So, Spencer, tell me where I am and what's going on.
Well, you're still in the cave, and after putting most of your treasure away, you notice a strange wooden box. For the podcast listeners, I have this physical box. Come and take it, please.
Oh, my God.
Whoa.
This wooden box is stained purple with engraved stars and celestial bodies on its surface.
Oh my God, Spencer's proposing to Dan. Oh my God.
You know, Dan, it's been great on this podcast these past few weeks.
I hope this campaign never ends.
I know we took it to the next level in our relationship last week with that hug. It meant a lot to me.
Will you please level up with me forever and become immortal? Right, well, wait. So if I open it in real life... Spencer handed me a real box. This is a little weird.
Sharpie Butts-a-lot found in his treasure.
So if I open it in real life, I'm opening it in the game, right?
Yeah, and if you open it in real life and it's a trap, you're going to die.
Oh my God, someone tape it.
All right, well, I'm not going to open it. Because I don't know if you know this about my character, but I'm a pussy. I have a lot of anxiety. What happens if I cast Detect Magic on it?
You detect a small trace of unearthly magic coming from inside the box, but the box itself does not seem magical.
All right. I examine it as much as I can for any kind of mechanisms, like, strings that lead to guns that are pointing at my face.
You look it over thoroughly and find that it doesn't appear to be trapped or mechanized in any way.
I very carefully open the box.
Opening the box very carefully, you see a small stone inside.
Holy
I do.
shit.
In real life, I do, too.
That's the beauty of it.
Oh, well, I touched the stone in real life, but I'm not doing that in the game.
You can. I mean, it's not going to kill you.
Oh, all right.
Maybe I just gave you
Spencer,
a hint there.
I'm right here. Right here.
What?
Inside lay a small iridescent stone. Its surface shines in many colors, and its shape is confusing, full of squared spirals and tiny ridges.
Yes.
Kind of like your relationship.
This is all an integrated marketing campaign for Spencer's girlfriend who owns a surf shop where she makes shitty jewelry.
Go to Babette's Beads on Pacific Avenue.
You find yourself enamored with this unique design, which can be ordered online. It's called a quiggle. It's supposed to bring you luck in finance. Sorry.
Grasping the stone in your hand, you feel its surface warm up, and your surroundings fade to white, and you lose consciousness.
What?
The next thing you know, you're outside the trove again. The stone glows brightly, then fades to dimness. This must be the fragment of greatness that Darevon sent you for.
Oh, that's right. The scryer who sent me and my friend Cork to the trove said that there was a fragment of greatness. I found the. So did you say I teleported?
Yeah, when you lost consciousness, and when you came to, you were outside the trove.
And it wasn't anxiety.
It might have been.
All right. But I teleported, so that doesn't
Sharpie has
happen.
his demons.
All right, well, then I'm done with that trove, so I'm going back to town.
All right. The road back to Thornvale is long, but you are confident after finding the fragment of greatness. You see the familiar green rows of fields surrounding Thornvale, and it fills you with a sense of comfort and calm.
It's true.
On your left, you see a stables, and just past it, the local tavern. Now, I didn't come up with a tavern name. I thought the audience might want to name the tavern, maybe.
All right. What's your name, sir? David.
Mad Lib style.
Do you want to name a tavern?
Sure.
Take your time. I'm gonna make a drink, and we can edit out the pause. So just take your time. You're not under any pressure to be as magnificently witty and quick as I have been tonight. You can take. Just listen to this music and think of a tavern name. Erin, you can talk about pantyhose or something. Well,
pantyhose. For times when you feel like your legs are a little too pale, or for when you are dating someone who says that he likes pantyhose. Pantyhose. For ladies who want to feel like Sigourney Weaver in the 80s.
But have varicose veins.
Right. Pantyhose. For when you have a meeting in the morning and a burglary at night. Pantyhose.
Thanks.
For the record,
All right.
I wore tights and pantyhose before we dated. That's
know.
important to me. I know.
yeah.
I know you know.
This isn't awkward at all.
No, it's yeah. What do you think I liked you?
Because my
'Cause of your
my
personality.
insecure brain.
Ugh, all right. I love you.
I love you too.
Thank you for taking my anxiety attack away at the San Diego Zoo.
Well, I care about you. I want you to feel better.
Oh, well. What was your name again? David. All right, David, what's the tavern name?
Cha-Cha's Tavern.
Cha-Cha's Tavern. All right. I think that's in Silver Lake, isn't it?
It's not a tavern in Silver Lake. It's a bar.
Cha-Cha's Tavern.
Cha-Cha's Tavern. The tavern is a welcoming place. It has a large lounge with polished tables and puffy chairs and a long bar. Several humans, gnomes, elves, and halflings are mingling, and a gnome is standing on the counter pouring steins of beer from a large keg.
I assume that Quark and I kind of, we went into
Quark's
town.
a bit tired out after his rage. He's
Yeah.
not saying much. He's kind of...
Oh, is he with me?
Yeah, he's just hanging out.
Oh, okay. Hey, Quark.
Doing a show in Chicago, right?
Well, why don't we get a? I'm gonna talk to the tavern keep about getting a room. Do they have rooms to let at this tavern?
Yeah, this tavern has an upper floor with some rooms. You know.
All right.
So
Tavern.
you head up to the tavern keeper.
Yeah.
He's this gnome standing on the counter. His name is Cha-Cha.
All right.
He's the bartender and the keeper of the tavern. He's a white-haired gnome with thin beard, and he sees you coming up, and he's like, "What'll you drink?"
I'll have a flagon of ale.
"A flagon of ale, that'll be 3 copper."
Oh, all right. What a bargain at twice the price, methinks. What say you for 2 rooms, a tuppence or a shilling for a wainscotting?
"I could part with 2 rooms for only 3 silvers."
All right. Here's. I assume I have 3 silvers.
Actually, you only got gold pieces from the treasure. You don't even have...
I'm so sorry. Accident.
They hate gold.
I'm very sorry. It was an accident.
Erin just put her elbow on her soundboard iPad app.
I thought it was a boing. It doesn't make as much. No, I thought that was a hooray. Sorry.
It's mixed pretty high, n'est-ce pas? Like for. All right.
Pardonnez-moi.
Here's a gold piece. Keep the change.
Oh, wow, a high roller, eh? Are you an adventurer?
Yes, and I'm new to Maine. I've never been in the lighthouse district. Yes, I'm an adventurer, and I'd like to make sure our rooms are particularly safe. So keep the change in exchange for your constant vigilance.
Much obliged, sir, but have you seen this? He motions to a poster on the wall. It's a wanted poster. It says, "Wanted, the Ember Mauler." There's a picture that looks like a lion with a flaming mane and some 2 tails. It's made with pastel crayons. There you go, that's good. The charred, dismembered corpses of cats, dogs, and most recently a Thornvale mare have been found, and reports of black burnt crops have been made in the fields. 30 silver pieces for any information on this beast, or 1,400 gold pieces for its head.
Interesting. Thanks for the tip.
As you read the sign, you notice someone seems to be staring at you and seeing you look at the sign.
Am I noticing them peripherally?
You just feel the sense of being watched.
I look at them.
You see a tall, thin... Is it an elf? No, it's a half-elf.
Loved by all.
Loved by all. Standing with a bow and a sheathed sword in the corner of the room. He seems to be interested in your looking at the poster. All right, so for the podcast listeners, this is Erin's character.
God damn it.
Oh.
Thank you. I have a sheet. Thank you.
How could this go wrong?
Good morrow, Sir Butts-a-lot. Marks-a-lot, Sharpie.
You know my name.
I have heard of you.
You have me at a disadvantage, Mr.
Sedana. Mulrain. May I bow to you?
I can't stop you.
Well, regard me bowing, for it is a great honor to witness the bow of an elf human. Bow. I'm also a ranger.
Your bow is so loud and...
I have put on my loud robes today. Tell me what you know of this lion.
I know that I just started looking at it on a sign. And that then you started staring at me. And that now you say you know me and are bowing loudly. That you and I are on the same page now across the board. We're all caught up.
Well, I could sense your energy across the room, dear sir. I feel like you and I shall be friends forever, and I shall be involved in every adventure that you have from here on out.
Interesting.
Regard my bow.
Oh, it's so cloying and invasive. Like its owner.
May I join your team?
What's that?
May I join your team? I recognize that you and your lover are on a long journey.
All right, hold on a second. I just want to stop you there. He's a very good friend of mine. We met in the Howling Mines.
It seems that his face is at dick height, yes? I don't wish to be disrespectful, sir. Yeah. Only understanding.
Can I inquire as to your specialties? What you're bringing to the table? Should we go on an adventure together?
For now, I shall let you know one of my special abilities. For I am full of mystery, and that makes people like me more. I am immune to sleep. Let us adventure. Do you like cookies? I also have cookies. That's okay, right?
You got cookies,
Having
yeah.
cookies.
I like the cut of your jib.
Thank you, sir.
I think that I just have to make sure that you're not going to murder us in our sleep.
Oh, of course not, sir. I have never been known to murder. In fact, I'm kneeling. I'm taking my hand and I'm crossing it across my chest. Sir, all of the Sedanas have been onerous since the beginning. We existed with the dinosaurs. And the fungi and the rocks and the storms. We have always been here bringing goodness to the world, and no harm has been inflicted on part. We haven't done anything wrong.
I accept your oath. I grew up in a family without honor, and I appreciate people who have it. I've always dreamed of being part of a family that had some kind of tether to the realm of good things.
Aye, aye. We'll speak no more. Adventure!
Yes. Let's bound out of the tavern and into adventure while my gnome friend sleeps.
If you would like to be alone with your sleeping gnome friend,
Hey,
I understand.
Listen, man. You got the wrong idea about that. Like, I barely know the guy. We go on adventures together. Okay? And I'm not saying there'd be anything wrong with it if we were partners in that sense. I'm just saying it's not the way it is. You got the wrong idea, man.
As the earth is unashamed of his rivers, honesty is like water. Let your water flow and be happy. Adventure!
All right. Well, I feel like an adventure would take too long at this point. I've come a long way. And we need to sleep.
Fine. Well, I am immune to sleep, so enjoy your sleep. I shall dance and plan and dream and sing.
Are you staying here in the tavern?
Yes, I am not leaving you. Ever. I am part of this. Haha!
I should go up to Quark's room and ask him if he's willing to have Solomon Goldberg. What's your name?
Quite all right. Moraine Sedana.
You head up the stairs to Quark's room. You open the door. Quark is trying to get to sleep, but he hasn't quite got to sleep. He seems kind of bothered.
I nudge him gently.
What?
Quark, this is Solana Gomez. Just want to get the quick verification that she will be involved permanently in all our adventures forever.
Well, does she have a bow?
Do I have a bow? Does the earth have dirt? Do the oceans have water? Yes, I have a bow! Adventure!
Will you guys let me sleep?
Yes, I know that you're metaphorically out of town by being in bed.
And your butt is full of cum.
That's not true. I don't know where you got that impression. This is a giant mythical planet full of people traveling in all kinds of combinations. This isn't the first time two dudes have hung out together. Why do you keep... Your fixation is making me think that there's shit up with you.
When you're ready, you'll be ready.
All right, well, then we all go to sleep for the night. Do you have a room, Saddam Hussein?
Moraine Sedana. Yes, I have my room.
Okay.
My room is the forest.
I go to sleep in the woods, and we'll
I am immune to sleep. I will walk the woods. It's quite all right, sir.
Let's meet at 6 in the lobby. All right.
Yes.
Okay, Spencer, everybody.
Thank you, Spencer.
All right. So it comes to this point in the show where and this has happened before, where we try to figure out how this isn't the worst Harmontown ever. Like, what is it? What do we do? We're going to go for broke. We're going to do something.
Okay.
So we have to close up the show. We have to go to a weird, personal, revelatory, exciting, interesting place.
Okay.
Help me out.
All right. Weird personal for you and I.
I don't know. Well, it's not going to be for any of them. I don't know them.
Holy smokes. I like your shirt.
Thanks.
Let's get deep.
All right.
I like your shirt.
I'll take another look at my phone, I swear. We're going to remind people about Jareth Halloween. Everybody dress as Jareth this Halloween. Jareth from the Labyrinth.
Did we announce that Jeff has hired a costumer for his costume?
It's true. This shit is on. We were having a conversation about Halloween, and yeah, Jeff
hired a costumer. He told us he was going to a fitting for a television show. Yeah. And then we were hanging out with him, and he had to go several times, and I was like, what is your fitting for? And he's like, oh, I'll tell you. Because he's not a liar and didn't want to lie, and told us that he was getting fitted for his costume. So we gotta measure up. Jareth. Yeah.
Jareth is a character.
I'm very excited because that movie meant a lot to me as a kid. A big deal. Shaped me a lot sexually.
You know what meant a lot to me is RoboCop. If I ever get the nuts up, thank you, gentlemen, ladies. If I ever get the nuts up, I'd like to make a really good RoboCop costume. And I heard they're remaking RoboCop. They're remaking everything. I feel like I'm being baited to go, oh, don't remake it. I don't care. Just bury me.
Dan.
Bury me in your remake, Pete Moss. I get what you're doing. You're telling me that you don't care if I come to the movies anymore. I get it. It's not my money that you're after.
How about this?
It's 18-year-old people. I don't know what Total Recall is. I don't know what RoboCop is. How do you think that makes me feel, Hollywood? It's a bummer. RoboCop's a perfect movie. You don't have to fucking.
As your
what the hell? First of all, here's the thing. Fucking. You know what's great about RoboCop? It wasn't a goddamn remake. What the fuck? Listen to the title of the fucking movie. Do you know how dumb sounding that is? RoboCop? And the poster is a dude that fucking looks like the Tin Man. That's it. He just looks like the modern version of the Tin Man. Modern, circa 1986, whatever it was, 87, 88. I think it was 88. What was it? You're nodding your head. I saw you. Okay. I thought it was like Ed Neumeyer's kid was here. No, there's a poster, it's a fucking guy. It's just Peter Weller encased in fucking plastic. It's a fucking dumb robot suit. And the poster said, part man, part machine, all cop. And you just, RoboCop. Dumb, 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 dumb. But here's the crazy thing. Great movie. Amazing movie. And it wasn't a revisitation of anything. So now you're revisiting it. Why? How hard can it be to make another RoboCop without calling it RoboCop? Speaker head. I'm looking across the room. I see a speaker. Speaker head. Part speaker, part head, all crossing guard. I'm proving the theory wrong, aren't I? Maybe it's not that easy, but an hour? If you had an hour?
Dan.
Come on. It's a fucking unicorn octopus. Shoe hamburger. Salt giant. Ice monster. Fucking Meatballs 9. Wait, no,
Dan,
sorry.
I think you should stop. You're naming all of Rob Schneider's next 10 movies. Dan,
lumber, giant termite.
Dan,
giant anything. Giant. We haven't made everything giant. Just give me a second, baby. I'm talking to friends. I'll be to bed in a second. Giant anything. Giant beer bottle. Giant piece of fucking glass. What about that video now about that guy that puts the mason jar up his ass, and it breaks in his ass, and then he pulls the broken glass out of his ass. Maybe there's a movie there. Adapt it into something. What was that guy thinking? What's he doing? Like it's a modern day Frankenstein.
It's just called Glass.
Yeah, I don't know, glass, but yeah, there's a hyphen between the L and the A. Insects decide that they're at war with people. The sky is a monster. The hole in the ozone becomes a mouth.
The sky is a monster.
How do you run from the only thing you've ever been under? Fucking done. Taking 90 minutes to write it.
It's called Chicken Huge.
Maybe it's good, maybe it's bad. Make 10 of them. One of them's going to be good on accident. Die Hard wasn't made by geniuses. It was just fucking stop it. Knock it off. Stop trying to figure out the system of how to guarantee your movie's going to make money based on the variables of, well, you take Matt Damon and you put him in it, and then you take this thing that is Where the Wild Things Are. That was a hit book. And then you shoot it in 3D and you guarantee the overseas. Come on, man. Like fucking people used to wing it a little bit.
Dan, Dan hates romantic comedies because he hates the idea of people cheating on people, and he's convinced that every romantic comedy is about people cheating on people. And recently, Dan and I got in a very, very big fight because I never ask Dan to watch romantic comedies with me, but I wait till he's asleep. And then I put on a romantic comedy, and I was watching The 5-Year Engagement with Alison Brie from your fucking show.
It wasn't a 5-year engagement.
No, but he was asleep.
It was a 2-year relationship, and then they broke up for 2 years, and then they got back together.
Harmon,
first
you
of all,
didn't watch the movie.
I watched enough of it.
You didn't watch any of it. He woke up in the middle, like in a fever dream, and it was like, the fucking romantic comedies, movie industry, you cheat on somebody, get together, and no, I want to be with somebody, and I kiss them. Like, insane. I realize I want to be with you because I kissed this person. Then we're in love. That fucking they make a million movies.
It's like going to a salt restaurant. It's a seasoning. Romance is a fucking seasoning. It's not a plot point. Adam, you're killing me. You're killing me.
No, I don't disagree with you. He hadn't watched the movie. I watched it when he was asleep. I leaned over and I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Dan. Don't be upset." And I kissed him. He shoved me off of him. And he's like, "Fucking cheating," he just associated me with the cheating in the movie.
You're not putting this. I talk in my sleep.
He was asleep,
and I was asleep. That's not. You're making everyone think I'm a weird Scarface character. I talk in my sleep
with all this cocaine and then these guns, and they were his friends.
I talk in my sleep. Will you tell him the thing I said? What was the thing?
Which thing? You talk in the sleep. You sleep all the time.
The shittles thing.
Dan talks in the sleep all the time, and sometimes I can understand it. And I write it down, and it sounded like a movie pitch. And
I can remember it.
He said it's the 70s.
I said it's the 70s.
But it's the 70s. What was the middle part of it?
They're all shooting us.
Yeah, they're all shooting us. Companion. Shittles. Shittles.
It was like a pitch. It sounds good. I'm developing in my sleep. It's the 70s. In a world where disco is the way you dance and bullets are what you use. Shittles. Don't make them angry. They'll dance all over you with their poop.
Dance all over you.
I'm just saying. You. Here's the thing about movies.
Yeah.
You can just make them up as you go.
Speaking of making them up, Dan and I did an improvised movie like a month ago.
Where's this going?
Could we get a suggestion of a moody title?
Wait, you want to close the show with more improv movie things? Can we hash out the rom-com thing? Because when you and I talk about it and there's no one else around, it's seriously, I swear to God, it sounds like a bit. We've never fought about anything more severely. Here's
the thing: I never make you watch them, and you get mad at me for watching them, and then tell me that it's not a big deal that I watch them. I don't make you watch them.
I just don't want. You don't make me watch them, but then I go like, well, I go to the sci-fi fantasy section, and you kind of like, come on, you roll your eyes a little bit.
No, I don't. The time that you're talking about was after a very big fight we had, where you were in the wrong, and I made a bit saying like, well, I thought you were gonna go
exactly.
And then it became
we got in a fight about something else. You went to the bathroom,
drunk, and
I started picking out a movie, and I came back and you looked at the section I was looking in, which is what I would like to call movies about things.
But Dan, I watch exclusively sci-fi with you. I don't make you watch anything you don't want to watch. I like watching sci-fi. I like watching all those things. I'm perfect.
You came back from the bathroom and you looked that I was surfing through movies that are about like time travel and spaceships and lasers and stuff, and you went, well, I guess you weren't that sorry. Like as if I owed you, because we had a fight and then we made up. Now I got to watch fucking Jason Segel and James Franco travel across the country together. Like, I don't.
This is when we had the fight. The fight started because I made a joke like, "Well, I thought you were gonna turn on some romantic comedies." So he's like, "Well, what do you want? Jason Segel's Stephen Carell?" Like, as if that's those are the only movies I like. I like romantic comedies. Those guys make my romantic comedies. I watch every single romantic comedy.
Yeah.
But like I know they're shitty.
Well,
Dan, are we really
Jesus,
gonna
I
have
know
this
that
fight in
movies
front of
about
your
octopus
children?
monsters are shitty, but they're about something. It's like there's always a guy, no matter how bad.
Yeah, and I don't
the movie is.
discourage you from watching them ever.
You didn't when you came out of the bathroom.
No, it was a fucking bit.
God damn it!
It was a bit. It was a bit.
You're a bit. You're a human bit, and
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man. I'm just saying. Movies about people that fall in love and then fall out of love and then fall in love again. It's like eating ketchup.
They're not fucking for you.
You can
Don't
put that
watch
ketchup
them.
on a movie about an octopus monster. You can have a guy invent an octopus monster while he's falling in love with someone. And you can have the octopus monster be the reason they fall out of love. And then they can fall back in love because they beat the octopus monster. It's ketchup. The movies that are popular, like it's just fucking the mushrooms on
Fine.
top of the steak. Like just
You're
you can't,
right.
if
I'm not
you
arguing
only eat
against the
those,
movies
you'll
that
die.
You like. I'm not arguing it. I watch all of those movies with you.
And the ancient Greeks didn't. So
You're
wait.
the most high maintenance, difficult person on
I
the
can't hear
face
you
of
right now.
planet.
I can't hear you because I have a bigger point to make, which is that we have been telling stories for 60,000 years. Pulled that number out of my ass.
Guys,
it doesn't matter. You can play as many sound effects as you want. We have been telling stories for 60,000 years. If you drew that line on a piece of paper and you illustrated the portion of it that represented us telling stories about monsters eating people and people beating them and people like with weird shit in them, it would be like 90% of it. So we only just now invented like the idea that you can make a whole movie about a dude being not into somebody. It's fucking dumb. Who cares if you're not into her? It's not a movie. Be not into her and have a robot. Have a robot. I'm angry.
I don't think you're wrong.
What
The
about
argument
Deadly
is over-
Friend? That was about a guy. He liked a girl and she died and then he turned her into a robot. That's pretty cool.
We have to end this show.
Yeah, because it's become about a man and a woman's relationship. So they hate it. You know, if a fucking monster came up on stage right now, like they'd be like, "I'm in this for 3 more hours. Let me see 6 more of them." There's no such thing as a series of romantic comedies that goes to like 12 movies. Jason Voorhees has been slashing people apart forever. It's like he's a crazy fucking guy that kills people. He does it in space. He does it in the 1800s.
You know,
Even the leprechaun can sustain a franchise longer than a fucking guy and a girl going, "I don't know if I want to get married."
Daniel James Harmon, I know before I was saying, like, look, this isn't about that, and I like those movies, and I also like the movies you like, but you've convinced me. Perhaps we should not be together. You've made it very clear. You like monster movies, I like blowjobs and making dinner, so I think that perhaps we should part ways, and you should be with a woman that's better suited for you.
All right.
Thank you, everyone, for coming to our breakup show.
I guess that's how it ends.
Really quick, I'm always very vulnerable after relationships, and listen, this throat is super deep. And I'll listen to you. I have this problem where I just like listen to you, and I'm really interested in things. I'm like really smart and stupid. So if you want me to listen to you and talk to you for a while and blow you and love you and care about you, then I'm available. I'm also I know this is a big bummer, but I'm not crazy or like emotionally dysfunctional. I don't think so.
Okay, all right. So
I'll be in the parking lot
and I'm just
on my
gonna
knees.
I'm gonna go down to my secret laboratory and mourn the loss of our relationship. Computer. Yes, Mr. Harmon. Continue research project Omega Amadeus. Omega Amadeus online. Pretty fucking interesting.
Meanwhile,
I'm on the edge of my
in the
seat.
parking lot.
All right. I obey your command. Omega Amadeus, seek out all female life forms and annihilate them. I am online. I am programmed to comply.
Meanwhile, in the parking lot. Your mother was shitty. I'll be your mother. I'll be there for you.
CG wall explodes. Eliminate all women. Cars exploding.
Meanwhile, in the parking lot, yes, I have one of those weird squeezing vaginas. So embarrassing, but it squeezes and stimulates a penis unlike any other vagina that's ever been.
Car door rips off. A giant robot hand grabs your body, lifts you into the air, and Omega Amadeus looks at you with its gleaming red eye and says, state your primary function or be exterminated.
Honestly loving.
Oh. Little tiny robot dick emerging from tiny hatch.
Just put it right here.
Affirmative.
It'll be okay.
Input acceptable.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, see, just all right. Thank you for coming to a very special Harmontown.
Thanks for coming to Harmontown.
As in short bus special.
I'd like to thank some people. Katie Levine on audio, Scott McKeever, Emily Gordon, producer of the live show, Danielle Kramer, Dustin Marshall, podcast producer, Mo, on-site director, and Jenny Fine, the fine artist. Thank you guys so much for coming. Have a great night. Drive safely.
Thank you, Erin McGathy, for comptrolling. Thank you guys. You're a wonderful crowd. See you next week.